So standalone, right? I think we have seen that yesterday also, right? So where you can just go and take a look at that log. Standalone. Yeah. Here you can see this is a big one, right? I'm not going to let me to take time. So here you can go and take a look at the log. If the control is not reached to this, let's say observer. Even the control is reached, but things are not happening. Still, we can go from here. Yeah. Here also, if you want more detailed messages here, right? So in standalone full.xml file, where we can go and set what debug. Yeah. So based on that, we could able to get to see what you call detailed log messages in this server log. Yeah. That is to troubleshoot what you call JBoss issues. Not only that, if you have clustered configuration, right, each cluster is a problem. That also you'll get to see as part of this server log. Yeah. Similarly, multi-node configuration also. Fine. And then the next is what we have. Um, yes. So we have got server log, which is hub server log that we can see as part of log folder. Yes, CMX server. So which means most of the cases we can identify the causes of failures by using this particular log file. Remember that. Yeah. So here, so you can just search for error, or we can just go to the bottom and what do you call? Look at what went wrong, whatever, to identify cause. Yeah. This is one thing. If you are unable to identify cause of failure, enable debug mode, like we talked about log4j.xml, right? Then get the job done. That's a one thing. And next is what installation part. I think we already discussed post all that. And then cleanse log also. We can see cleanser or logs under cleanse location. Yeah. So that's about login stuff. And but we did not talk about let's say environment issues. How to take care of environment issues. Yeah. So for example, what all have been configured as part of what we call existing environment. So that we could able to see as part of CMX server. And from the front end, we could see that as part of enterprise manager. Yeah. So where complete environment you can see here for all the what we call them is database side and also server side. Yeah. For example, if you take ORS database, let's say we got ORS, yeah, what all I've been configured, 11G or 2 debug, whatever, right? This is not applicable for now. So then, uh, let us say we have got, yes, Informatica platform stuff. And we can see whether we have got right connection URL or not. Similarly, for other ORS databases, master, nothing, and process server also. Here, we could take a look at process server details. So if we have integrated with a third-party clients like Antas, Docker, Trillium, whatever, right? So those properties also can be seen as part of this. Plus hub server stuff. Yeah. So hub server properties, port number, and initial heap size, all that, right? If you want to change these values, then we can get it changed by using what yeah, so cmx server property file. So before that, let me ask one. Can you see here there is a server jr is this similar client side. If you have same thing, right, mostly you'll not get compatible issues. Better to go with what similar version so that there won't be any compatible issues. Yeah. And next thing, if you want to change any property like clock tick intervals, RMA portal, or let's say initially, or let's say profile, what you call expire duration, whatever, right? Then we can go to this particular CMX server properties where we can see, let's say CMX home, whatever port number we can search here, 4447. So very nice. So can you see here? We can change this RMI port here if you want to change. Similarly, management port, whatever. So we got many other properties like we talked about as part of performance tunables also, right? Properties. Yeah. So all of them we can see it here. Yeah. So change this value, for example, user profile expiration, yeah, and lifespan and refresh interval. Yeah. So we can see all of them over here. Look up drop down limit 100 and mail notification if you want it. This SMT details you can supply here. And likewise, you can see what multiple what do you call properties and corresponding values over here. Yeah. Smart switch enabled, E360 enabled, yeah, database enabled, and yes, whatever. So if you want to add extra things, also we can add it. Make sure that that particular property is supported. Yeah, threads per job is 10. We can just increase this number. Yeah. So these are the what I call resource properties for hub server. Similarly, we can look at Plunge server also. Yeah.
So Narsimha, after changing the property, you have to restart the server.
Or any change that you do here, right?
How would it
That's the
take
right.
effect?
Yeah. So yes, it's better to restart, but without that also it should take logically, but sometimes it won't work. Yeah. But yes, better to restart. Umar. Yeah.
Okay.
So you see, some JBoss versions they work, some they won't work. It's a property, right? Just like parameter file. It should take dynamically. That's a logical. Some versions it works, some it doesn't. Yeah. So yes, yeah. But best practice is to restart unless you are doing critical things. Yeah. Okay. So this is what cleanse. So third party address doctor if you want to integrate. So we can see it here. Yeah. And port number, all that. Yeah. So that's about resource property files. Yeah. And there's one question from I think Viveka. You asked one question on what? Meta, right? The export repository manager. Yeah. So this one, right? Export import. Yeah. So before we perform export imported, we need to validate ORS. That's the first thing we need to do. Yeah. Let's say take this ORS and validate. Yeah. Then perform export. Export change list for whatever it does. Similarly, if you want to import, right? Source target. Source, let us say, from where you want to what you call import. Target is empty. Just dump it. Promote means just merge changes from one to another. So that's what we do. Last two tabs are basically for you want to get third party model to this MDM hub. So then import CW. You want to send your changes to third party. You use what export. Yeah. So import this. So source is let's say CMX ORS example and target let us say yeah target let us say which is ORS1. Yeah, so it should be empty. In this case, import case, promote case. So we can have like this. You can see right, left side and right side changes all that you can see. Yeah. So that's it. Now the question, how we can perform this from what uh, the command line or by using jar files. That's what I think. There's a question from Vivek, I think. So you can see here, Vivek, to answer question. Yeah. So there is a meta command here, met command, not meta command. So within that, if you just go and run this particular command, right, you'll get multiple options here. Yeah, I think I want to try it.
Narsima, my question was more on like this command I know, right? But this will take all the delta. I was talking about check making a selective change list. For example, if I have 5 components in my dev environment, okay, 3 components are ready, and I
Mhm.
want to migrate those 3 components. Uh, okay, by comparing that change list, 2 component still I'm working on. So how that delta change list will be generated? That
Okay,
was
then
the
in that
thing.
case, we need to use underlying jar files to handle it. But here, whatever is done in this app console, right? So those things, yes, we can do. more or less
Yeah.
here also.
So that will do all the things. Everything what is it will just
Exactly.
find the data what is there in the higher environment or in the other environment and what is not there in the uh, sorry example if there are two environments A and B, so it will just
Yes,
do delta whatever is not there in B blindly it will create the change list for everything, right?
exactly.
Uh,
You are right.
yeah. So
Yeah,
I
but
was
we can
saying,
customize Vec.
yeah.
So see, that's a base script, let us say, given by
Mhm.
Informatica. Now you can write your own wrapper to what you call filter up, like whatever you wanted, apply only for those modules or whatever, right? For that, we need to
And
take care.
that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying in the
that's
modules
one thing.
also.
Yeah,
In the
that's
modules
one way.
also, yeah,
Sorry,
I
sorry.
so I was saying like in the modules also I can customize, okay, for base objects or for landing tables or something like that, right?
Right.
What I was saying in the base objects also, maybe there are three base objects. Two base
Mhm.
objects, I'm still two base objects are ready, okay, and one is not ready. I'm still working on it. I want to create a change list, okay, with two or one of the base object and get it migrated to the higher environment. So how that will happen, like
Selective
selective,
means,
yeah, selective change list generation.
yeah,
That is what happens in the practical environment, right?
yeah, yeah.
Like we
So
have to
it's
do the selective change list generation and then need to migrate that. We can't migrate everything taking the delta from one environment to other environment, right? So that's
yes,
what I was saying, that logic for that thing I got it, like by module I can build it, okay, that okay, just migrate the base object or just migrate the landing table, something like that, right? But in that also if we need to have a choice, how can we do with the script that okay.
yeah. So yes, one we can just write a script to perform selective what you call operation, and second we can also use underlying charts. So where it will take your inputs and perform your specific operations. These are two ways we can achieve it. Yeah. But anyway, so I didn't have time so to do that. I've just shown like whatever is available. Yeah, fine. Okay, so that's all about this training, guys. Now we can go with our last, I think 40-50 minutes we have. We can go with question answers. So yeah, so
Hey,
we'll start with
Narasimha,
yes.
E360 part is still pending.
What is that?
So hierarchy manager through E360, we wanted to manage the hierarchy, right? So that part is still pending.
So in this
We ran it
actually,
through probably on Friday, but
Mumam, here actually I think yes, this year E360. Let me just log in here.
mhm.
So okay, so I've already done it. So we just have log similar to that only, like what we discussed yesterday, except yeah. So like yesterday we have seen this one application, right? Here also we can just what you call similar operations like import XML, whatever, right? All that can be done. One extra thing here is what we can generate base here. Yeah, Uma. So then after that deployment part, all that is similar to what we discussed. Yeah, and then log on to this what uh, application, which is E360 application. Can you see here? So if you just try to log in, you can see E360 MDM 360 view, right? Yes, sir. Uma? So now we are
Mhm.
getting into what? Yeah, E360. Yeah. So here this is not stable. That's why not covering this. So here we could able to see what whatever create whatever we did right in other application. Similar operation we can also do it here. Yeah. So adding a record or search for any record. You know, take this and go to search and yeah, and then search for any record here by using standard search or whatever. Yeah. Then or we can also standard search we have already done. We can also go with what advanced. Yeah. Yesterday case we talked about standard search. So here we can take any customer based on let's say gender code. So we can supply let's say M or whatever. Get the data. Oh my god, this view problem. Hmm. <clears throat> So okay. Let me change this resolution. Yeah. So here you can search and then hierarchy activities we can perform. Yeah. Where is that? Oh my goodness. This is not reflected on resolution. Yeah. Fine. We can just build a query and search for data. If you have any data based on this query. Yes, we got some data similar to what we was seen yesterday. So in hierarchy, right? So then open hierarchy. So then perform like whatever is done in this hub console hierarchy, right? Add record, modify, link, all that. Those things we can do, but this is not a stable thing. Yeah, that's I covered this topic within this. What? Yeah. Can you see here, Uma?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. So, but anyway, from here we can just adding a record. Those things are similar to what we did, but it's not a stable thing. For example, if try to create record
When you
using
say it's not stable, are you saying that
this version,
the version is not stable or the product itself is not stable?
no version, this version, no product is product is okay. Product is okay. Not that bad, huh? This version, yeah. So anyway, from here you can just add a record. Those things are similar, yeah, like what we have seen in this.
Yeah. So what all settings have you done to enable this?
Uh, this we have not done any special settings here. For example, if you go to this configuration, right? This configuration, right? So we
Mm-hmm.
can just go to edit, right? So I think you're asking this configuration, right? If I understand your question correctly.
Yeah, like data model creation part I understood. After
Yeah,
that, how to access it from
yeah,
E360 is that's the part which is still
yeah.
something
That's
that we need
what
to discuss.
in this version it doesn't work. That's what. Yeah, we can see it here. Second model here. You can see, right? Yeah. So this one we have used it to perform hierarchy operations here. Yeah. So this one, nothing else. Yeah. Fine. So
Didn't
that
quite get
provisioning with
that. Didn't quite get that, Narsimha.
sorry,
Can you go
provisioning.
back to the config? Yeah, go to
Uh,
the provisioning and
uh,
how are you consuming the data model that was
that is not
that was
in this version.
created?
It doesn't work. That's what I'm saying.
So then that screen is coming from where?
Sorry, which screen?
Yeah,
This is a normal hierarchy. This hub that like what we configured, right?
yeah. Where exactly has it been configured?
This is a default, right? Even legacy also will have same thing. Uma. So we don't need provisioning to get to see only this screen. Uma, you got right?
Not really, but it's okay. I think meeting on the Q&A time. So
No, this is there since many years, but yes, with provisioning, without provisioning, also we can able to say it to perform this hierarchical operations. Right? Okay. Yeah. So now let us start from what you call questions in the first day. Yeah. So so yeah, where does this MDM comes in? Is it after quality, before quality, after ETL, before ETL? Yeah. Yeah. So we talked about life cycle, right? Yes or no? Yeah. Where does it comes in? Do you need to apply MDM before quality or after quality? Or before ETL, after ETL?
After retail, yes.
After ETL, huh? Okay.
After doing data quality and cleansing.
Yes. After quality, MDM. Then after MDM, ETL. That's a flow because we create a good data, right? Mass data, right? Then that will be taken as input ETL. That's normal flow. I think you are talking about like extract, then use that. In that perspective, you are right. But actual ETL world, right? We do integration operations, right? That we do after MDM. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. So next thing is, let us say while building what you call model in MDM, what is the best practice that we follow? Do we follow by procuring it from Informatica, or do we do it by yourself? Yeah. Yeah. So which is the best option? Yeah.
I think it's best to use the Informatica provided templates, but then we could also do it from scratch, but it could have like errors and probably mistakes.
Yeah. So what you said is right, Lakshmi. So better to use what Informatica supplied model and customize based on your need. That's the best thing actually. Yeah. Yeah, that's perfect. So let us say we have got n number of components in MDM hub. So we need to add one more component. So how do you do that? Like we talked about model. What are the components? Model, clans, we know that, right? Yes or no? But we need to add one extra component which is not part of Informatica MDM. For example, so integrations with the Google or some other what you call application. So that should be taken care in with some other component of MDM hub. So what is the approach to do that? Yeah, I think we talked about, I think some ways, right? Yes or no? Achal, Aditya, Anish, all. No answer. Huh? Can I think an answer? So yeah, simple question. What is the difference between batch mode and real-time mode? One difference.
That's the
Yeah.
processing time. In batch, we could like set it for like running, I mean, in specific hour, or maybe it runs in certain hours. And real time is as soon as the event is done, it gets reflected.
Okay. Yes, perfect. Real-time, no time slice. Batch with a schedule. That's it, right? Yeah. Fine. Now let us say, yeah, that's where we start first day, right? Then after that. Yes. What is the best way to perform data cleansing in MDM within itself or with other tools?
We are using IDQ, and that is the best. That's what I heard.
Okay. Yeah. Now, yeah, even IDQ is also not good. So in the current market, because we got CDQ, right? Which is better than IDQ. So which means because we can also take care of unstructured stuff quite easily with the CDQ over IDQ. Yes, once upon a time, IDQ was good. Now, CDQ is much better than that. That's okay. For now, the
That's
next
the
question.
cloud data quality, you mean?
Yes, you are right. Either cloud data quality, Colibra, I know it doesn't support. Colibra is also good. CDQ means it could be Colibra or cloud. That's why we both Informatica product, cloud data quality. You are right.
That's a component of IICS, right?
Yes, you are right. One of the microservice. Yes.
Is it like, but is it really good supported for the on-prem version of Informatica?
What's that again? Is it?
I- Is it supporting well to the on-prem version of Informatica from the performance standpoint?
Yes, but some, yes, not all. Yes, some, yes, you are right. Not all. Yeah. So, but we have got, see, IDQ, we don't use all IDQ capabilities, right? Yes, sir. But we'll be using even normal integration capabilities also, right? So general things, standardization, parsing, those things we can do it quite easily. But complex things like we have got, let's say, pattern code analysis, those things bit complex within the CDQ. Rest of them we can do it quite easily in CDQ, better than IDQ. Yeah. I think it all depends on, let's say, if you are using exhaustive capabilities of IDQ, then you are okay. I think you may not be using all the rich capabilities. So then CDQ will be much better because CDQ has enhanced form, right? Where they have taken care of what you call any kind of data. Not only that, we can also take care unstructured also. But in IDQ we cannot. So we need to go with some others. Yeah.
I
Example.
see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine. Yeah, we can think of many examples. Just given one example. So ISS has got many benefits over IDQ. Yeah. Like we got multiple templates, so we can just make use of those templates to perform data cleansing. We don't need to think too much. Yeah, we can just directly make use of them rather than building it. But in IDQ, we have to build it by ourselves. Yeah, so
Uh-huh.
that's, yeah, they are the benefits. Yeah, so one more benefit. Likewise, we got some more, and it has got AI integration also in CDQ, which we don't have in IDQ, which is
I
legacy
get it.
stuff. So IDQ
Okay.
stuff is almost gone case now. Yeah.
Oh,
So, well, fine. So next question. Yeah, next question. Let us say, some, let's say, though you have
Hey,
integrated.
Narasimha,
Yes, please.
basically it triggered another discussion. Like, is there any utility available to migrate from IDQ to CDQ without any major adjustment, or is it like a rewrite of everything?
We have pre-built microservice to migrate. Yeah. So we can use that, or we can also integrate. It's not complex integration. There are some
Mhm.
problems here and there, but we can integrate.
Now, let me rephrase my question. Let's say we have written cleanse functions in IDQ.
Right.
Let's say I want to start using CDQ tomorrow, just because it has got some additional advantage and AI capabilities and etc. So I don't want to have both the products, right? I don't want to pay for two products. If I have
Yes.
CDQ, which is costly enough for me to go with, right? So
Mhm.
the question is, probably that is the futuristic also, right? So I want to migrate all my cleanse functions. So is it a lift and shift kind of a thing that I can do using some utility, or it's going to be redevelopment or re-implementation of all the cleanse functions?
Yeah, no. There are two ways to migrate Uma. One, we can convert IDQ mappings to maplets and import it as part of ISCS first. And second, there's a pre-built microservice which is going to
Mhm.
help us to migrate IDQ and also ETL power center things to ISCS automatically with minor
Got
issues
it.
here. And yeah, these are the
Okay.
two ways. Yeah, 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 fine. So yeah. So next question. Yeah. Any other questions? Yeah. Fine.
I'm good.
Next question. Yeah, next question. Let me ask then. So let us say we need to perform data standardization. So we already talked about it. Which is the best option? IDQ or within MDM? Which is the best option? Yeah. Answer is what? MDM is better than IDQ, especially in case of what? Standardization. I think we talked about, right? Plans list with reference table, without reference table. We have got this option even in IDQ also, but here we've got some extra parameters which we don't have it in IDQ. We have to take care of it by ourselves, which is not required in MDM. Because we need to talk about some rich parts in MDM also, right? But majority IDQ only, but this is the one thing which is good here. Yeah. And now let us say, next question. We enable archival. What is the periodicity of cleaning up this archival data? You got the question, right? Yes or no? Guys, the question is clear, right? Let's say we archive. So if it keep on archiving, right? I think we talked about one of the performance tuning parameter, right? Archiving. Yeah. So better to avoid or perform some cleanup, but on what basis? On what is the periodicity where we can just go with cleanup? Yeah. I think we talked about, right? It depends on what option that we selected. Last 1 day, 2 days, or
Yeah.
yeah. Based on that, it will just clean up. But even if those things are what you call consuming resources, then take out that also. Because let's say we are not using that archival data at all. In that case, manual cleanup also can be done. Yeah. In case if the system got broken.
Archival.
Yes, please.
Yeah, we spoke about external archival.
Yeah. So external archive is the best thing instead of MDM. Yeah, that is the best option anyway compared to this. Yeah. Fine. So next, let us say. So we talked about. Yeah, I think staging enough. Loading. What is the best option to load the data on what we call best object type out of n number of loads that we discussed? What is the best out of all? Or answer is depends on. We talked about initial load, lateral load, load with a trust, all that we discussed, right? What is the best option? Yeah. Let's say load with a cell update, load with a force update, or load with a default. Is the best one. Yeah. Yeah. So best option is what? Always better to go with what? Latest available data from source systems, which means it's a force update. But default in MDM we go with what? Normal update, whichever is most recent will not be considered as part of PO. Whatever is processed earlier, if it is the most recent, right, compared to late newly arrived data, it will not be considered. So which means we should consider most recent data. That's the best option. Okay, fine. Now let us say we got what I call 10 source systems where we need to enable trust. And then what is the best optimal strategy that we can adopt to create a master data based on these 10 source systems with a trust enabled for one column? Let's take one column. Yeah. So what is our optimal strategy to create a master data? I didn't talk about this flow. I'm just asking a question. Yeah. We know how to enable all that, but we have not done practical example. I think you got the question, right? Yeah. Our next question, let us say, how are we going to carry out analysis based on what? Pre-built tokens. And do we infer anything from those tokens which can become or which can form as a basis for match process? Yes, sir. Yeah. There is a
Right.
histogram. Yeah. So there is a histogram where we can just use that as a base to carry out analysis. You can extend from there. Fine. Let us say to perform merge. So what is the best merge rule that we can use to perform merge? Yeah. Before we get there, what are the merge rules supported by MDM? Then we'll get into best. Yeah. I think you got the question, right? So these are basic things, guys, we all need to remember, because at the end of the training, so we need to make sure that basics are clear. So those fundamental mistakes we should not make once we get into project. That's why I'm trying to ask fundamental questions. Yeah. What are the merge rules? Start with a very simple question. Yeah. Not too many things. So one is what? If you don't do anything, most recent. Second is what? Immutable ready object. Third is what? Distinct source systems. What else? Fourth is what? With a trust. Fifth is what? Guys, at least you need to add one, huh? Yeah, and I think an answer. Now let us say, on what basis you decide some record should go to manual, some record should undergo as part of auto. What is the basis to decide? Yeah. What happened? I didn't curve properly. Huh? It's my fault or what? So what is the basis to decide? Or input from anybody to decide this? Which one should go manual? Which should go to auto? Whatever, right? Yes or no? Steward input, right? Yeah, that's it. Then because to decide that, we need to have deep knowledge on data and business. So steward's job is that. So we can take help from them. Yeah. So, but we should not take our own decision because that's where the key, what do you call, criteria to decide how many values. So, yeah. Fine. So let us say, yeah. Do we follow normal procedure to identify match and merge, to perform match and merge, like a land, stage, load, whatever, or do you have any other way of creation of master data? Yeah. We have it. So one, we can get class data from Informatica platform, like IDQ, whatever. And second, we can also load bulk records onto MDM and directly perform match and merge. That's also possible, right? Yes or no? Yeah. So depending upon the expectation, we need to act accordingly. Yeah. So that's it. But the best combination is what? Informatica platform, then load, match, merge. That's the best. But if the customer expects something other than this flow, then we can go with a bulk import. That's a second. Yeah. So that's why anyway we have it learning all that. Yeah. So then let us say we got what you call promotion. I think we didn't talk about the promote job, right? I think I talked about it, but I request you guys to do that. There is a flag called flag for promote. Yes or no? Is if you set that, so we can just promote from pending state records to what active. So what is the procedure we need to follow to perform that, guys? I think I talked about it. Yeah. Oh my God. So first we need to identify pending state records from xref, then enable flag and run this promote job. That is mandatory. Then only promotion would take place. That's why there's a batch in batch viewer. We have not seen that job, right? Then we promote job once we enable that promote flag over there. Yeah. I think I asked you guys to do that. Fine. So next is what? Let us say we have got different match levels, right? Let me ask a very basic question. What are the match levels supported by MDM? Only three, right? What are those? Quickly, so let's cover at least 50, 60 questions, guys. Yeah. Okay, typical, conservative, and loose. Default is typical, right? I think we talked about it. So when do you go for setting dynamic match analysis threshold property? I think we talked about that property, right, as part of base object table. Yes or no? Why do you need that actually? Yeah. Yeah, if you know all of them, right, it's easy to tune MD. Less blindly will be using default properties. Yeah. So yeah, just think an answer. And yes. Yeah, let me ask one more basic question. Can you create a golden record? What without setting accept unmatched stores as unique property as yes in base object level? Yes,
No.
sir.
Yeah, we'd
Yeah,
have to.
yeah, we need to make it yes, right? Yeah. So we can create, but we cannot mark it as what? Indicator, which is consolidation indicator one. Yeah, fine. So let us say we've got what do you call 1 million rows of data that has to be finished, let's say in 30 minutes for a given 32 GB RAM and 8 CPUs. Can it be done without any configuration or not? Today only we talked about that. How do we take care of that? Yeah. Oh my God, what happened here? Today, I think I talked about many things today, right? So, and just think over, probably can just recap like what discussed today. You'll get the answer for this. And let us say some job, the job is fired from through API or batch or whatever. It got stuck. It's not responding even after 5 minutes. What will happen to that job? Is it going to get failed or is going to reprocess or do we need to take some action on that? That also we discussed today.
So,
It might be some parallel job running on that same BO. So the lock is behind. That is why it's showing running in the front end, but from the back end is locked. So we can check observer log to rectify the issue. And then if lock is there, then we can clear the post right lock. And then we
Okay.
done the job. Yeah.
Okay, that's the one. 5 minutes actually there is a property, right? If it crosses after 5 minutes, no, that it itself will get failed without you doing anything. But below 5 minutes misses, what you said is right. We can just take care of manually. Okay? Fine. So the next question, let us say, what are the ways through which we can run tokenization job and which is the best uh, way to run tokenization job?
on load, you can generate tokens on load.
Right. Is that the best way, Lakshmi?
Yes, I would assume.
Okay. There are three places, right? Load during, yeah, tokenize during load, and then within a match, generate match tokens. Yeah. So it depends on volume of data. If the volume of data is huge, even irrespective of volume also, right? It's better to go with what, like whatever Lakshmi said, during load or running it independently. That is the best practice. Yeah, because match would require many resources, because it will have what, and it has to undergo lots of comparisons in 10 minus 1, right? So that would require lots of resources. So to offload that, have tokens as an independent piece, then take that as input for match, so that match happens a bit faster than expected. Yeah. So that's the best practice. That you can do it during load if the load doesn't have much overhead, or else you can run it independently. Yeah. Independent is the best option, because it's better not to touch other activities. So it's always better to go with what independent, so that one, easy to understand. Second, there won't be any issue with other jobs. Yeah, other job, simple plain load job. That's what I meant. Okay, so now let us say row IDs are not, or pre-built row IDs are not enough to take care of our source data. Then how do you handle it, guys? If you go with a big, what I call normal int, there is a limit. And if you go with a tiny int, there is a limit. If you go with a float, there is a limit. If you go with a double, there is a limit. Then how do you handle that? If you have too many rows of data which cannot fit with the maximum IDs that can be generated by MDM, how do you take care? There's a use logs property. You can just set it as part of CMX server. That's fine. That I didn't talk about it. Now when I talk. And let us say, yeah, match only we'll talk about one more question. What are the best optimal way of building match rules, guys? Yeah. Best optimal way of building what match rules? Yeah. Exact followed by fuzzy, or fuzzy followed by exact, or any fuzzy or exact. Which is the best option?
Exact followed by fuzzy.
Yes, that's the best practice anyway. Yeah. Because of what? We can limit the data for fuzzy, right? Because exact will be filtered out first, yeah, then followed by fuzzy things. Yeah. So with respect to what okay, yeah, can we have multiple, what I call, mass servers in the same environment, guys? Let me have some questions on installation also. Yeah. Can we have multiple mass servers in the same physical box? Yes or no? The answer is what? Yes. Multi-node, multi-JBoss instances, each instance separate port number, then separate mass server, then get it configured, use it. That's fine. So now let us say we have got what I call enough environment, enough number of resources. Yeah, we are unable to utilize the power of all the resources. Then how do you utilize all the resources so that we could able to meet SLA? Yeah. Guys, how do you take care? This is one of the performance. So see all the one of the seniors said, so you need to answer this question. Yeah. So yeah, probably you can also start asking questions if you have any questions. Yeah. Yeah. So like, actually I prepared many questions. Yes,
Hey Narasimha, are you going to share this training documents which you were presenting?
yes, if you want, I'll share it.
Yes, that would help.
Narasimha, I
Okay,
have
I
a
think you got
quick
one
question.
right, Umar? I forgot to answer your question, right? Custom stored procedure. There is a documentation here. Umar, I prepared step to create custom procedure.
Ah, okay. Yeah, we will
So
follow it.
I said I checked the document, right? So
Yep.
so this one is already there.
Hello.
So we can just create it and then register it by using what is today we talked about SIP, right? So and the registered part we could able to see as part of C request table in the backend. Yeah? So once you register, right? So we could able to see it. Yeah? And then on a batch group. So that's the procedure we follow. So then I'll share the document.
Sure.
So I found it.
Hello, Narasimha, Sandeep here.
Yes, Sandeep.
I have a quick question regarding SAM configuration. So there are two ways, right?
Not see Sandeep.
Just a minute.
So where can we get this document from, Narasimha?
You tell me whichever you like. I'll share it.
Can you share? I don't know whether we'll be able to download from this remote desktop.
Probably, I think some personal ID only can download. I think official, I think they may not allow this much of big documents. Not big actually. I don't know the size.
Possible for you to share with Niharika and then maybe we will get it from her?
Yes, I'll do that. Yeah, fine.
Yeah, I'll inform her. So maybe she would reach out to you or
Sure. I'll do that.
somebody who she's coordinating with.
Yeah, that's the best thing. We'll do that.
Yes, Umang, we can coordinate and we can share this.
Yeah.
All right, that would help. Thank you.
Thank you.
So,
Hello.
yeah. Anyway, we have this clear step-by-step instructions to take care of registration part.
Yeah. And this access, system access is available until today, right?
Yes, till end of today. Yes.
Okay.
Hello. Check. Am I audible now?
Yes, go
Yes,
ahead.
good.
Okay. So I have a question regarding SAM configuration for LDAP. So I think there are two ways. One is from backend and one is through the jars, a custom jar that you can upload.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yes.
can you just share a brief info about the custom jar that we can upload with the LDAP configuration?
Fine. I'll send it. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, so that's all. So anyway, you can ask many questions, but yeah. So there's no limit on that because MDM is very vast actually. So I didn't cover many things because it's not required also because if you have some foundation, right, then you can just build on top of it. Everything we don't need to learn. Yeah, you can just explore all other options by practice, whatever. Yeah. So that's all, guys, from my side. Thank you very much to all of you for your cooperation throughout the training program.
Thank you so much, Narasimha.
Yeah.
I think we are going to meet again next month for ActiveOS training.
This has been planned.
So one thing from my side, everyone, I have shared the feedback form link in the chat box. So it would be great if everyone can fill up this form. So we will get the exact idea how was the session. And thank you so much, Umang sir, to provide us this opportunity to serve your team. And I hope everyone has enjoyed this session. So thank you so much, Narsimha sir, also because you have took the very great session, and I hope everyone has learned so much from this training.
Thank you.
It was indeed a very good training, Narsimha. Like in last 2-3 days, it was a bit extensive for us, right? But to be very honest, I think I personally enjoyed it, and I spoke to folks on the ground. Uh, those who don't know MDM at all, right? For them, it was really informative, and I think it would give a good head start. I am one of those people, right? So thanks for the training, Narsimha. Is there a way to reach out, maybe offline, if we have any question or concern?
Fine. So I'll just share my email ID, Uma. So you can just send any technical questions to that ID. I've just shared in the chat box. So you can ask any kind of technical questions to this mail ID. Yeah.
Sure. All right. And I think we are meeting again next month for ActiveOS training.
Yes, yes.
Yes, that is share the schedule. Yeah.
So we will share the dates soon because Narsimha sir is working on the dates. He has already some training lined up. So we are working on the dates, whatever the suitable. So definitely we will work out on some dates and we will meet next month.
Sure.
Okay. Thanks
So
a lot.
everyone just fill this feedback form also.
We will. Thank you, Harshita. Thank you,
Thank you.
Narsimha.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Nasima.
thanks
a lot,
everyone
Nazima.
and all guys. Thanks a lot and bye.
Yeah,
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you, everyone.